Hello and welcome to a new series of videos. Now I decided to start this series because when I wasn't very good at the game, I tried to find a tutorial out all the tricks, couldn't find a single one entire YouTube, so here we go. Starting with the backflip. Pretty easy. Pull both poles down, stick the landing. Front flip, pretty much just the opposite, both poles upwards. Now with these two, you got to be careful because if you over-rotate even slightly or under-rotate, you could land on your back and crash. So yeah, be careful about that. Now the 360, pretty simple, just pull either pole to the outside, one way or the other, makes 360. Again, stick the landing, you'll be good. Now the double backflip. Pretty much the same, but you need a bigger jump, more space. Same with the double front flip, more space to stick the landing. Pretty cool trick. Now the 720, basically just a double 360. Again, you need quite a lot of space. Now there is another way you can do a 360 or 720. That's just by holding down the pole. However, it is a lot slower, so I don't really see the point of it. Moving on to the 540 spin. Now this one you can only do if you've got the twin tip skis because you land backwards. However, to get the twin tip skis you need to spend a little bit of that cash, so if you're willing to do that, that's fine. But yeah, to send a 540 you need the cash. Right, now the Lincoln flip. One pole up, one pole down. And stick the landing, a bit like a bat flip, stuff like that. Anyway, the double Lincoln, again just a double version of them. You can do triples and quadruples if you've got a big enough jump, but yeah. Moving on to the more complex jumps, the Misty 540. Now you have one pole going up and the other pole going out to the side. You could do this opposite for the other rotation, but you will land backwards if you just do a Misty 540, so again you need the twin tip skis. Now if you don't have them, you can do the Misty 720. So you do the normal Misty 540, and you do a cheeky 180 spin at the last second and land frontways. Now the 540 rodeo, this is essentially just instead of putting one pole up, put one pole down, the other pole still going out the side. Basically just the opposite of Misty. 540 rodeo, you'll still land backwards. Now, the rodeo 540, I don't know why it's not the 720, but same thing, but just like the Misty, switch at the last second to frontways, so if you don't have twin tip skis, you don't land backwards. Now, double Misty 1260, it's just a double Misty 540. Now this one you will land forwards, so without doing a 180 spin at the last second. This is a pretty good jump if you don't have the twin tip skis. Double rodeo 1080, same thing as the Misty, just double and you'll land frontways again. Now the Cork 720. This is a very technical jump, and there are two ways to do it. One more complex way and one less complex way. The less complex way, you just pull both poles either direction and stick the landing for the 720. Now, the second way is more complex. You go off the jump, pulling both poles to the side like the normal one, but then just after you've left the jump in the air, you pull one of the poles upwards to make a more complex rotation, and then stick the landing. Now the tuck. This is a pretty cool jump. Don't use it much, just both poles inwards. It makes the jump go quicker, so you hit the ground faster. So I guess if you're in a race or something, it'll make you hit the snow quicker, I guess. Not much use for it, it's not a big scoring jump. Anyway, the split, pretty much just the opposite. Pull both poles outwards. This is really useful for getting really big airtime because it gives you slightly more airtime than a normal jump anyway. And you get a few points. Anyway, score doublers. This is where you combine two tricks so you get a double score. So here, like a backflip 360 doubles your score from two tricks. Then like a backflip into the Lincoln, another double. Maybe even, for example, a Misty into the 360. they're all examples of score doublers. They're really useful for like park tricks and stuff and big jumps. Now, the press. This, executed well, is very useful because it also triggers the score doubler. Now, just before the jump, if you were doing a press into the front flip, you jump and push the poles both up like you would be doing a front flip. But do this a little bit before the jump, so you get a little bit of press time, and as soon as it goes over the top of the jump, it goes into a front flip. So it doubles the score, and yeah, it's not too hard of a trick. Same with the press on the back of the skis. You could theoretically do a press on the ground, but on the flat, but it's quite difficult, hard to stick, kind of like that. Even if you're very good, you can do a press into a Lincoln, something like that. Lots of possibilities. Anyway, I hope you will like it. Took me quite a while to make, but that's fine because I enjoyed it. More videos will be coming out next week. Let me know if you liked it. Bye.